Okay, so I'm gonna start with the pearlizer. I'm gonna go ahead and put in some highlight with my pearlizer. I did not mix the pearlizer with my foundation this time. The inspiration for this look was, oh, what is her name? Cute little makeup artist chick everybody likes to watch, Jaclyn Hill. I'll post the picture inside this video somewhere. She used was a little bit bluer than what I had, but overall I think it looked very good. Okay, so I'm putting the pearlizer directly onto my eyelid. Make sure that you have clean, dry eyelids before you use any of the cream shadows or the pearlizer. I'm gonna do the eyes first and then I'll finish up with contouring and finishing the rest of the look, so y'all don't have to wait. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my bronze blush scents. This is a really cute color. It's, if you can see some of it on the end, it's like a bronzy color. I like to use it as a bronzer. I use it, I wouldn't, for my skin tone, I don't use it as a blush because it's just too tan. So I use it like toward the back side, but I love the way it looks as an eyeshadow. So I'm going to go right on top of my crease, right above the lash line with my tapered brush. I'm blending it into the socket line. Now all of our products are smudge free, yada yada yada, so that means it's going to be crease proof even though it's a blush. Okay, so I'm just laying that down in there. This is going to give me a lot of that warmth that I need for this look, because my Mocha Java is too ashy of a brown to give me that warm color payoff that I was trying to get from this look. Okay, if you feel like you get too much, just blend it out. I know it's gonna look really scary while I'm doing it, but all of you know that makeup in the middle just doesn't look good. It only looks good at the end, right? Okay, so next thing I'm gonna do is take my shimmer sandstone shimmer. Where's my girl that knows that I'm always messing up the names of these shadows? The other thing you need for this look is the white concealer. This thing is like my secret weapon because I mix it with everything to get a different look. In this case, I'm going to mix it with my Sandstone Pearl Shimmer to get a really brighter, goldish, shimmery look on my lid. So I'm just mixing it on the top of my. I'm going to press it right onto my lid. Now if you look at my placement, I'm staying toward the inner half of my eye. I know it looks a hot mess right now, y'all. Just bear with me, promise, it'll be worth it. Okay, so I'm gonna take that white concealer, just the white concealer this time. I'm gonna concentrate that toward my tear ducts. Plopping it in there. And I'm just gonna blend very, very lightly and barely pressing. Where you set your brush down initially is where you're gonna get the most color deposit. In this case, I want the most color deposit to be in the inner corners of my eye. I don't want it to be all up in here. I'm just kind of flicking it that way because it's going to tone that bronze that's on my inner half, and it's going to kind of make it all blend seamlessly together. All right, going in. Let me just make sure I'm even because I get going real fast sometimes and then I look at it at the end and I have to adjust. Now we're even. All right, now I'm gonna take Mocha Java Matte And I'm gonna go on the outside or the outer corner of my eye. Outer corner. Just putting a couple of dots there. I'm going to get a little bit smaller of a tapered brush. And I'm just gonna bring it in. Staying in that outer crease area. You know what I love about these colors, or just these shadows in general? There's no powder all over my face. I mean, I do have some cream down there, but whatever, I can wipe that off in 10 seconds. But I don't have to go like dust my face when I'm done doing my makeup. Because the struggle is real. Okay, so we've got that in the crease. I'm just taking my bigger buffing brush and I'm just gonna soften it right where the two colors meet. Soften that mocha java because we want the bronzy color, or the bronze blush sense, to be the primary color that we see. Okay. Thing we're gonna do is take Onyx, which is our black cream shadow, and I'm going to take, oh no, did I just, no I didn't, okay. I'm gonna take a little tiny dot, do you see that right there? With my Mocha Java matte. We're gonna mix them together. And that is going to make a dark muddy brown, which I'm gonna use right here in the very corner. See where I'm placing it? Right on the crease. It doesn't have to be precise. And then I'm taking my bigger blending brush and I'm just blending it in toward the nose. Just like with one little swoosh, swoosh. Okay, so I am going back over my lid area only in that front half with just Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. Now the reason that we layered it like this is because I want it to be really bright and I want it to be really shimmery. And so placing those other layers underneath it are gonna stabilize it and make it more intense, okay? But notice how it's not on the outer half. All right, now I'm gonna clean it up. I do not have my foundation brush with me. Normally I would just do that, but I'm gonna use the towel because lack of options. That's a thing. At this step is when I would usually do my, my concealer and all that stuff. Right now, I'm going to do my brows though, because you gotta have brows with this look because I'm pale. So it's just gonna be like eyes, hair. I need something to break it up. And y'all let me know if I'm talking loud enough in my videos, please, because I know that I've watched a couple of them and I'm like, man, I sound so quiet. So I'm really trying to step up the volume so that you guys can hear me because, you know, how am I teaching you if you can't even hear me? Yeah, I know, I'm not. Okay, so I'm going to do my eyebrows. I use Mocha Java Matte for my brows. And I'm gonna take my flat angled brow brush, take it right off the tip, wipe it off because you don't need a whole bunch, don't go crazy. And I'm gonna start at the bottom. Where you place your brush down is where you first deposit the most color. So keep it under control. I start it where I really can't mess it up. So I start on that bottom line and I'm gonna follow. The longer you do this, the more often you do this, the easier it gets. Okay, so now we have eyebrows. Remember, your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. This one's all like curly and this one is all angly. That's just the way that God made me. So take it up with the big man upstairs. put my concealer and do the other steps, and we'll come back to the eyes. Sorry to leave y'all hanging. I know y'all are anxious. I'm anxious too. Okay, so I'm gonna take my white concealer. I mix it on a tray right now because I've run out of space on my hand, with a pump of my, or like a dab of my foundation, not a pump, not even a quarter pump, just a little bit. And I mix my own concealer. Why do I do this? Because A, I can make it whatever color I want. I use self tanner, so I'm a different color every day. And I like it to be really bright under my eyes, but not super bright on a pimple. There's always reasons, y'all. Plus it's cheaper, I feel like, to have, helps my concealer last longer because I'm just using a lot less product. And I'm just pressing this in. Our girlfriend, Jacqueline Hill, has a severe highlight on her cheeks. She goes cray-cray with it, so since that was the look I'm going for, or copycatting, then I'm gonna go cray-cray with it a little bit too. Not too much, because this has got to be wearable. I'm going to church tonight and I don't want to scare the children. I might make sure I get around my nose, because my nose is still all, I don't know when this, I think this is allergies. I think I officially have allergies, and I'm just so reluctant to accept it that I thought I had a cold for like a month. I don't know. You notice that when I cleaned it up at an angle? I don't know if I said anything about that, I probably didn't. Okay, now we are going to contour. And to contour, I use, again, Mocha Java Matte. We're gonna go right, I'm gonna do the fish face, right where your natural bone is. See? Now I'm gonna blend it in. Now I'll tell you why a cream is easier than a powder for this. Because if you have no vague idea what you're doing, you have a lot more control with a cream, and it also blends a lot more naturally into your skin. It just kind of disappears into there. So it's just easier to use. And my husband is super happy too, because you know how you're always running late? Well, I'm always running late. So he's driving, and a lot of times I'll be doing my makeup in the car. Anybody else guilty? And then you end up with powder all over your car. And he complains about it, and he's like, I hate it when you drive my car, I hate it when you... Because I do my makeup in the parking garage at work a lot too, because I'd rather be on time. So, all right, so we are contoured. The blush, I'm gonna use Pink Posy with a little bit of bronze. So I'm just deepening this color. This is Pink Posy. This is bronze. I'm gonna use mostly this with like a dot or two of the bronze, just to deepen it up a tiny bit. I'm using a regular blush brush, and I'm popping it right on the apples of my cheeks. I'm just pressing very, 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 very lightly so that I don't get too much product. And I'll just blend it in with a clean brush. If you don't have 50 million brushes like I do, good for you, because that's ridiculous. Nobody should have this many brushes ever. Just wipe it on a towel, you know, if you get too much product. Just as an eyeliner, even on the top. Sometimes I don't wear anything else and I just use it as a liner, and it looks so pretty. Okay, so I'm laying this down. I've just cleaned off the tip of the wand, removed as much product as I could, and I'm going right in on my lash line. This is that sandy browny color that's in my eyebrows. And I'm gonna do the other eye. Mocha Java Matte is like the most universal color ever. Okay, if you get too much, bring in the digits and just wipe it off. Okay, to get my sandstone, or the silver shimmer, because that's supposed to be intense right here. Man, that's pretty. Kind of makes me look like I've been crying though from here. I won't when I finish. When I put on my eyeliner and my mascara. Okay, so now I'm gonna do Onyx. I know this look is a little complicated. I mean, it's not really complicated, it's just a lot of steps. But it's kind of one of those deals that you just eyeball. You're like, oh, I need a little something here. I'm placing Onyx just in the very, very outer corner, underneath. And then I'm going to blend it. I'm really just kind of touching it. I don't want to really move it because I want it to stay in that spot. I just don't want it to be like dramatic or harsh. This is kind of a smoky kind of a look. Okay, and she had some bronzy color underneath. So I just took the bronze blush and I'm not going on top of it. I'm almost going underneath the black just for that finished look. Just pressing, I'm just like laying it down in little dots, like I'm really, and then just moving it. You really, I'm not brave enough just to use the applicator to apply this directly to my eyeliner. For the Onyx, it's just, I mean, you'd have to be like, have stealth like ninja skill to not get that everywhere. Or a giant eye. So if you've got giant eyes, then you might be able to get away with that. Okay, so waterline, pulling it down very gently, and I'm pressing, and I'm poking myself in the eye, pressing the color right on the waterline.